As a career coach and committee member of Women in Mining South Africa, I have the opportunity on a daily basis to meet some really fascinating people. My name is Bryony Lieber, and in this conversation I'm interviewing Sharnie Malan, Customer Services Director for Europe Jaguar Land Rover.
Brownie, you always ask me, where do I form this role from? It's actually not in Europe. I've been working and running this position from top of my garage for the last 2 years, thank you to COVID, as well as other various constraints that I've been facing. And it's been a very interesting journey, to say the least.
The image of somebody running the work that you do from the room above your garage is quite an interesting one. And having stepped into your position in the middle of COVID, I think is quite a fascinating point to start with, because I've spoken to a lot of people who said they couldn't build relationships during COVID because everything was virtual. And so they put a hold on a lot of things until they could do things in person. You started this position and have had to build strong relationships virtually. And I think, if I remember correctly, you only really met your team in person a few months ago. So how have you managed to do this? What is your philosophy around building relationships?
Literally, what you said is I only met my team face to face for the first time a year after I started managing them. And during that process, we went through retrenchment, organizational restructuring, all of the challenges that comes with a normal position that you need to manage on a face-to-face basis, with emotion, with people involved, with hearts and minds at stake. And for me, the most important aspect is to show up honestly, vulnerable, to say, I don't know what the route is. I'm not coming to tell you what to do. What do we do together to get through this? And really understood who's the person on the other side of the screen. I think that for me was the critical way of creating and connecting with people, is first made that personal connection, and also showing up vulnerable and really honest about what my situation were. I think COVID and actually, work through Zoom or through Teams have been very interesting, with children interrupting or family members running past. And I think that is what I let happen naturally. So I think it is about that vulnerability and honesty, and saying that I'm not here to change things, but what can we do? It's been an absolute success for us, and we faced exceptional challenges during COVID, and also the post-session of COVID. And then we got hit by Brexit, and then Brexit 2.0, which brought additional complexity on supply chain and availability of parts. The semiconductor crisis, which we're all facing still in the automotive industry and electronics industry, has added a lot of complexity. But I think it's also provided us with a lot of opportunity to come up with great creativity and innovation about how do we work on things differently.
I love what you're saying about I don't know. It takes a courageous person to say I don't know.